US. We're so happy to have you, and I know a lot of you have waited for this online session for quite a while. So we're happy to deliver it to you. And we have our wonderful speaker today with us, Junnan Liao. So Junnan is a senior associate director at international outreach at AMDA College of Performing Arts. Originally from China, he came to the US as an international student and earned his master's degree in communication arts with a strong passion for cross-cultural exchange. Junnan now travels globally to connect with aspiring international students, drawing on his own transformative journey to inspire and support others. Junnan, we're so happy to have you today with us, and thank you for being able to make it. And dear viewers, we ask you to write your questions in the chat. I will be able to address them by the end of Junnan's presentation. Junnan, thank you so much again. The floor is yours. Please go ahead.
Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. And my name is Junnan Liao. I'm a Senior Associate Director of International Outreach here at AMDA College of the Performing Arts, university located in New York City and Los Angeles. And by hearing what Education USA team just mentioned a little bit about myself, I feel like a little bit strange, but it's quite a journey for me. And before I get started, I really want to thank you, Education USA, the whole team behind the screen to make it happen. And today we are going to have a very fantastic time to kind of like a chat with you guys, even though I cannot see your face, but I know you are very passionate about knowing, performing arts education in the United States. And as an international student myself, I originally from mainland China. And in 2012, which is 13 years ago, I started my study here in New York City, Manhattan, to pursue my master's degree. So I was one of the beneficial to get the knowledge from Education USA, the network back in Beijing, China. So I always feel special when I had the chance to, interactive with the student through Education USA network by sharing my knowledge and also my own experience as an international student from the country that come to the United States, successfully finish my education and launch my career here. So today, let's just dive into the topic we're gonna show today. So today we are going to talking about more about performing arts education in the United States. So, U.S. is a country where we have more than 4,000 universities. It covers 100,000, maybe 1,000 different majors in different university settings. But the performing arts is a very niche. The fields of the study where not too many students have the resources to directly get the resources from the school like us. And I'm very fortunate that Education USA not only guide, business, law, engineering. So we know somebody out there, just like you, are eager to know about the performing arts. Next page, please. So today, during this probably 30 to 40 minutes, I want to share with you guys a lot of information, but I want to make it more personal to relate it to you, no matter you are just entering the fields of the performing arts or you are already a professional performer, no matter you are in your own country or international stage, or thinking about going abroad to study performing arts in the United States. I'm going to touch a little bit about what does performing arts this covered in terms of the major and the fields of the study in the US. And also there are different type of the institution here offered in across the United States from the west to the east, from the north to the south. And what are those differences compared to, a big university and also different type of institution. And number 3, I will touch a little bit about application admission overview from the admission personal perspective and also from the former international students perspective. What does it look like for you guys to start to navigate the resources? And number 4, I will put a lot of the time and also focus on how to prepare for your audition, and in terms of how to, find out where to audition, what to prepare, and what we as an institution in the United States see students from, your end to show your talent. Of course, every single education goes to the next stage. What we're going to do after your graduation from the institution? What kind of the career option do we have as an international student? Is the pro and cons and the obstacles is most important. In the end, I will put some time for Education USA team to gather some Q questions from you guys, and I will slightly touch a little bit about AMDA, so you guys can know what my school I can present it to you as a school here in the US. Next stage, please. Okay, so let's talk about the fields of the performing arts. Like I mentioned earlier, so there are over 4,000 universities in the United States. So like the major, like in law, business, engineering, everybody knows very well. But in terms of the performing arts, students tend to have question, what does performing arts mean? And what kind of the major, focus and in these fields in the university setting, in what college or divisions that each university has. But let me just put it in a very simple way. Performing arts, it's a major where you're going to use your body to tell the story. That's why I put the words underneath is your body is your instrument, storytelling. That's what performing art is. But it's put in the major ways, concentration or major or in the fields of the study, we can easily to distinguish them into the 6 different fields. From my understanding, number 1 is more like a theater and acting. So basically, acting is very easy to understand. You will do the stage acting, film acting, and a voiceover, and which we consider as voice performance. Basically, you will use your whole body to tell the story on the stage. And the second, I think is a very American thing, is a musical theater. So musical theater, it's a major of fields of the integrated acting, singing, and dance into this new form of the performing arts. It's originated in New York Broadway back in 1920 or 1910, and when the theater started to integrate it from the circus, and a performer tend to tell the story not only by performing acting, but also they want to sing and dance on the stage. That's how American musical theater start to enter this world. Number 3, dance, very easy to understand. You will involve a lot of the ballet, modern jazz, hip hop, different genres. So you will move around and as a movement. And so that's we call a movement artist, to use your body to tell the story. These top 3, acting, musical theater, singing, and dance, is definitely the golden fields of the performing arts. That's how when students talk with me like performing arts, we are going to sing, going to act, going to dance. But in addition to the 3, we also have some majors. For example, in the School College of the Music in some university, they put the music also in the concept like performing arts as well. But performing arts in the music doesn't involve your body to tell the story. Rather, you have to use a medium. For example, your instrument, violin, cello, piano, and to express the story you want to tell. So under the music division, you also have the composition, voice, instrument, and music education also can understand as performing arts as well. And the number 5 is a technical arts in design. So also in some school, they put the stage design, lighting, costume. This kind of the major is not about putting you under the, the lights, but also is a very crucial the part for students to make this show or the project valid, which is behind this thing. So this is very important. And the film and the media arts, and this is a very big portion, but we usually don't integrate them into performing arts. But however, they are like the filmmaking, directing, and screenwriting. It's more some school they put in the very specific like a cinematography. Like for example, USC, you have a very good film school. And film school, they also integrated with a lot of the acting majors. So they don't usually train you as a directly solely, but you have to integrate with or interactive with a lot of the acting students. So that's why school like AMDA, our filmmaking program, have to interactive with our acting students a lot. So These are three majors, so you can understand if you fall into this 6 different fields, you are definitely the performing arts or in general arts. And I want to point out here, a lot of the students tend to ask me, hey, Junnan, I really want to study arts. Oh yeah, or arts, it's like arts, science, technology, things like that. But under the arts, we have performing arts, we have a visual arts, we have the fine arts. So you're interested if in the performing arts, they're definitely going to be fall into these 6 different the fields. So if that's your thing, let's move to the next step deck. Next deck, let's talk about what the differences between the different institutions here in the United States. When we're talking about the university offered here in the United States, the big U, for example, Columbia University, University of Southern California, those are big university, comprehensive university. Probably they have more than 25,000 students on their campus as students. This is a very big one. Where theater is probably one department under maybe College of the Arts and Design, Art of the Science, or they have a more different, for example, professional study. And on the other hand, in the United States, we also have a different type of institution offer the performing arts major, which we call the conservatory institution. What's the difference between the two? Let's start with the conservatory studies. Conservatory, this concept actually is originated from the Europe. Back in 20th century, 19th centuries, a lot of the performer, for example, actor and or celloist, they do not need a degree in order to be performing or act. That's why they only need the training from the professional, even studio or university. They get 2 years or even 1 year's studies. They can get the toolbox and ready to be, become a working profession in the fields of their choosing, like theater worlds or the musical worlds. That's why this is how conservatory started to shine in this world. And when United States started to adapt this conservatory style, they all started in the East Coast for the 13th colonial state. That's why a lot of the good conservatory, they're all located on the East Coast. But under the conservatory style, there are also some different types of conservatory. Very easy to understand that you can get is a music conservatory. For example, like Berkeley, it's a very like a music oriented, like they train, singers, also player in the pianist and the cellist, the violinist. Those are music conservatory. But a school like AMDA, we are a theater conservatory. So we all focus on the stage. So this is like a theater conservatory. The main difference here in the conservatory is we do not offer general education classes at all. Initially, we only provide the major focused training to students who want to train with us and go to the job market after a course of maybe 2 years. They are not going to get a degree at all. So this is not a degree grant. When I'm talking about a degree, it's like a associate degree, bachelor degree. Under conservatory, there is no degree. Only the course you will get is of training, right? That's a conservatory. But in a university, big university setting, like I said, USA, UCLA, Michigan, Northwestern, those are big university, and they have a College of the Art and Science where theater is a department. They offer balanced in academic and also artistic training. So you will also learn up to 30 credits or even more. For example, English 101, Psychology 101, these are very general education classes throughout the 4 years of the study. And also you will get the major focus, for example, acting, BFA in acting, you will get like 190 credits in addition to the 30 general education classes. And then you will get the Bachelor of the Fine Arts. People tend to ask me, which one should I choose? Which one is good for me? That's a very good question, but the question will go back to you eventually. For example, I had a lot of the students, they really want to get the training and not care about the degree. so they go to the conservatory because it's short. Short means you will pay less tuition and you will get the training only. And then if your goal is to go out and work right after your graduation, then conservatory is your goal. And university is like, you go to like US for 4 years, you will get a bachelor degree. It's like a very traditional and a bachelor degree granting. So you will get a degree and you will get like a full 4 years, kind of like that kind of the vibe. So if that's your thing, bachelor degree, go to the big U. But personally, I got a lot of the students come to AMDA. They more care about the training because in the end of the day, your goal is to go out and get the cost into the different project and the audition. And the sooner the better. And 2 years of the conservatory definitely will get you enough toolbox you need in order to go to the job market and start your professional work. But this cannot apply to all. And also, this is my own observation. A lot of the good conservatory, their location more intend to in a big city. For example, AMDA. Our location started in 1964 as a conservatory in New York City in Broadway Center, like on the west side of the New York, Manhattan. Because conservatory, our goal is to train students that are ready for the industry. So majority of the conservatory, they are in the center of the entertainment hub: New York, LA, Boston, Atlanta, and Chicago. But big university is a different thing. So that's why when students ask me where do you suggest, if you ask me, I will definitely go to New York. That's in my case. I came to New York 2012. I enjoyed my entire 13 years not leaving New York for a single day. So I love, big city like New York. But like I said, if you enjoy like a full university kind of the vibe, well, other universities in the suburban area or in the Midwest states, that definitely is your goal. Next step, please. Admission. So applying to university in the performing arts major is nothing really different compared to you apply to the B school or law school or engineering school. I don't want to spend too much time to focus on this part because each school has a different admission requirement. But in general, we do need a student to take care of some very important common part. For example, English text, TOEFL, IELTS, Duolingo, and especially for the acting program and perform acting, singing, and dance. And dance probably is a little bit lower in terms of the score, but the music, theater, singing, and also the acting, the score intend to require a lot of higher. Usually in the very big university, 100 in IBT, TOEFL, it's a go, and 7 or 7.5 for the IELTS, it's a go. And in Duolingo, probably over 110, so you have to pass that requirement. A lot of the good conservatory and university are not offering any English, language. For example, ELS, you have to pass the requirement in order to be accepted. Otherwise, you cannot excel in a very intensive, training, because we have to use English to teach you how to do the good monologue and perform. Academic records, transcript. For example, at AMDA, we do not really care too much about the GPA. As long as you pass to 2.5 out of 4 point there, that's us, AMDA. I don't speak to other university. But usually, from my experience, I get a lot of the students to apply for other school. 3.0 is a very safe way, and you can just pass that that part. But in the US, all the university, we consider ourselves is a holistic review. We don't really take one part as you have to meet this requirement. If your GPA is relatively lower than what we put on the website, please, I encourage you to apply. Especially for the performing arts, your audition probably is the most important and the elements for us to review and give you more scholarship. So for the SAT and ACT, right now, a lot of the school, they are not, require SAT or ACT. But, if you are in the world that you already take this text, please submit it to the admission, because we love to see that, because that give us a lot of the nuance of who you are. And academic wise, if you can take SAT at very high school, you're definitely a good smart, or at least a good text taker, right? For the artistic materials, we intend to review a lot of the resume. Like artistic resume is not compared to regular resume you apply for B school or engineering school. That's a little bit different. I can spend a whole day talking about how to write artistic resumes. So I won't go into the details. We're also going to accept a statement of the purpose, a recommendation letter that depends on each school's requirement. Audition. Each school, I have to say every single school, if you apply for that musical theater, acting, dance, or the other music, they require you to do the audition. I will wait until next slide to talk about how to prepare audition, so stay tuned. The last extra fact for us to review for the admission part is your stage experience, competition, artistic potential. So all these elements, you can integrate them into your resume or into your performance, for example, your audition, or you can, when we have the time to interview you, you have to really, give us this chance to know you as a person, not only in a character that you audition during the audition section or during the interview. We want to hear more about you as a human being who want to tell the story by different means. For example, your body, your training experience. So that part is very important. So do not, when you do the interview with admissions, try not to say something very in general. For example, why you are applying for AMDA, you don't want to say because AMDA in New York. Okay, Juilliard in New York. Why you don't apply for Juilliard? You have to really tailor your own training experience, your obstacle. How did you conquer your different difficulties in order to go to the school audition? Something like that. Everything personal, and also your life experience should be related to the school that you are going to apply. How this particular university and the program, the training can help you to achieve your future goal. What do you want to be? Become an artist or person, and how we as an institution can help you. More tailored to that kind of the answer, and then your interview or essay writing will really stand out from all the thousands that material I have to read every year. Next step, please. Audition. So when students talking about audition, everybody intend to feel, oh my God, I'm going to be judged and or adjudicated by the judge, which is true, but which is not true. Every different university, they have a different type of audition, and they have a different philosophy of the audition. But I want to guarantee you here, at AMDA, at least, we really looking for the potential. And other university in the United States, we also want to look for the talent. But we are not looking for like a top. You don't need to be the stellar applicants. Some university like AMDA, we also want to cater the beginner performers who have a potential to grow. So what I want you to remember before we enter in the next step is, in the United States, or the audition, we care more about who you are rather than different type of the character you want to be performing, or different type of the body you have, or different sexual orientation you want to have. We want all is you as a beautiful human being and entering the beautiful land of the performing arts. You've been learning acting, training, dance for years. It's your time to show your talent. So I want you to feel confident and about you as a human being, a student, and you enter the audition room with me, with other adjudicators. We want to help you to find the best school and the best program for you to shine and learn. So let's go to the next step and to go over what we require from the admission standpoint and also from you and the student standpoint. Usually in the United States, we do also accept 3 different way for students to audition. Of course, number 1 is in person. Also, we offer the virtual audition, allow students to audition lively with us over the Zoom or just like this. Also, some schools offer the recorded tape. You can definitely set up your your audition space in your nice studio and record it, upload it to our website or different venue, and then we'll review that. For the different steps, some school they do have the screening. For example, you will record it, upload it, and then they will do the first round of review. If you pass the first round, they will invite you to fly into United States, do the second, we call it callback, and then you will go to the callback. Or you can do the virtual callback with them, and then you have a third round or even fourth round. It depends on the different institutions. That's create a lot of, I know, financial burden. But I know a lot of the school, they get rid of the in-person. You don't have to fly to the States anymore. You can do the virtual callback around. But here at AMDA, we have a very robust the international outreach calendars. We go to over 75 different cities globally every year to go to your country and the city to do the in-person audition, in order for you to audition for us. But regardless, I guarantee you, we want you to feel comfortable whenever you do the audition. Okay, so let's talk about the audition. Let's start with the acting auditions. What's the requirement for the records? This requirement is slightly different from different institutions, but they are kind of like a 95% of what I said today. It's very common to each institution, but all those are definitely our AMDA, our school, American Music and Dramatic Academy, requires students audition. So you can take it as example. For the acting majors, we do want the students to prepare 2 contrasting monologue. So when we're talking about the 2 contrasting monologue, you can understand that contrasting means one monologue should come from contrasting in a style. For example, if you do comedy one, the next one should be dramatic. Or you can do contrasting in the age. For example, you do classic Shakespeare, and next one should be the very contemporary. Why we are doing this contrasting? Because we want to see you as an actor, how to interpret it, the different materials into different, your own version, by express your own different emotion, the tag you are going to use for the tag, acting, the technique. Also needs to be the English. Also, the length of the monologue should be probably around 90 seconds, like 1.5 minutes. You don't have to do like 4 minutes long monologue. That's too much. And the 90 seconds monologue should be fine. For the acting, for the theater, for example, stage, drama, we prefer you choose the monologue from the published play. For example, why? Because, you have to read the whole script in order to get this, the monologue from the play. But some schools say, oh, of course, you can get the monologue from the movie or television series, which is fine. But remember, when you do the monologue from the TV and the movie, do not try to mimic. So for that very famous actor and actress is, that's not good. You have to make your own version, your own tact, the way to do the monologue. That's your own version. That's for the acting. For the music theater, usually we want the students to prepare one song from the musical repertoire and also one monologue. That's for AMDA. We only need a song and the monologue. Each one should be contrasting as well. The song from, let's say, Mamma Mia, and the monologue probably from Romeo and Juliet, or something like that. So make them very contrasting. For the song as well, the length should be roughly like a 32 car bar song. You have to make the car. You cannot sing like 5 minute song. I know if you want to make your own show, which that's not for the audition. So 32 car bar song is definitely a go. And or 2 minutes, you have make the car. So you really have to, to the intro, the bridge, and into the the end. Try to make sure you cut the song to show your vocal range and also the storytelling. Music theater song is different compared to pop song. So we, for example, at AMDA, we also offer vocal performance, which is a commercial singing. So music theater, we want you to tell the story through the song. So because in the world, when the actor cannot use acting to express their emotion, they sing, right? But when the singer couldn't really express their emotion, what they do? They're gonna dance. So that's why in a larger school, they also require the students to prepare a dance piece for their music theater. Majority of the school, if they require the dance in the music theater, will be the theater jazz. Or theater jazz are definitely a very safe the style if you audition for the music theater for the dance portions. But here at AMDA, we only require the singing and monologue and the song. For the dance, normally the school required 2 contrasting solo piece. You can do ballet or modern or even K-pop or with let's say contemporary, but you have to make your choices absolutely different. So in that way, we have to see your talent in a different genre. But if you audition to particularly for contemporary dance, maybe the requirement will be focused on the contemporary technique, especially the ballet training, especially is very important. I know in your country, Ukraine, I have a wonderful ballerinas. That's what I've been seeing from my last Ukrainian students. They are coming as a very strong ballet dancers. So that's very good. For other music, for example, repertoire performance, you have to do the piano. I don't want to spend too much about that in this section. For the film and media studies, we tend to require students submitted your portfolio of your short frame script or project. Even you have to write your own story and put into the short, like 2 minutes film project and just upload it. In this film and television studies, you do not have to show your face in front of the camera at all. You just to do the project, upload it, or even write the project and then upload it to us. Like I said, I want to emphasize all the work, no matter you put in front of the audition room with us or no, you have to remember we are not going to looking for different, certain type of the performance. You are unique version of you. You have to really think about it. That's why we are not going to give you material. Hey, Junnan, you do this monologue, you sing this song. We are not going to do that. You have to source your, the audition pieces on your own. So there are golden rule. What I want to share with you guys is 1, age appropriate. For example, I'm a 38 years Asian man. I don't even want to pay the Asian. I just only want to put like I'm 38, right? I probably gonna choose the monologue who are in the character which is from 30 to 45. So that's in my age range. So I can relate to the character easily. So I'm going to avoid any character who are like a high school teenager, or even though I've been past that age, but no, that's a little bit 20 years ago. Or I'm not going to choose a character who are like 65 years old. But in the old time, a lot of the students, oh, I'm Asian. I'm only can choose the song from like an Asian show, for example, King and I, Miss Saigon, that kind of musical. Now, no. At least when you audition for AMDA, don't put that in your head. I can choose a song from Book of Mormon. That's all white boy show, right? So that's I can easily sing that song. If you believe you can see yourself into that character is you, then you can choose, no problem. And number 2 is try to avoid overpopulated the monologue or the song. For example, a lot of the students coming to the musical theater audition, they really want to show their technique of the vocal. They want to belt very high notes. For example, divide gravity from the wicked, which is a beautiful song. But that song have been seen multiple times by multiple artists. Maybe your vision is unique, but thinking about it, try to find the song not that overpopulated and then make your own version. Let's move to the next step. Okay, after graduation, students intend to, the goal for performing arts students that definitely are going to perform. That's what you signed up for, right? So in the United States, the entertainment industry is huge. Here at New York, we have Broadway, we have off-Broadway. In LA, we have Hollywood film industry. So if you want to become professional performer definitely is one of the fields that you want to go. I know a lot of the students, they become educational sector, become a teacher, a theater teacher, or, to train next generation of the artists as well. If you are coming from the tech side of the thing, you will become a technical production side of profession. Or I've seen a lot of the students, they become a core sector career. They are working in the media, advertising, cultural management, or even educational tech company. Because you as a performer, you already trained how to confidently to, show yourself by showing your talent, your public speaking, how to, tell the story. Media industry definitely is a places you want to go, like a PR, advertising. I see a lot of the students veteran from the theater. They don't want to perform anymore, and then they just go to that different course sector. But I want to see this industry is very competitive. I always put this hard word out there. I don't want to sweetheart everybody. Oh, come here. This is Wonderland. No, it's very tough. So even for students graduated from with this kind of the majors, you only get 1 year of this OPT, and it will allow you to study free to work in your chosen field, and then the students will go to the O1 if they want to stay here permanently. But this route involves like countlessly audition, self-adult, networking, even waiting the table. I have to put out there. You have to make living day by day. Audition is your job. There's no internship. You have to go out there, put your resume out there. Hey, my name is Junnan. I'm going to audition for this every single day. So be prepared mentally and physically. And then you will enter this world with a lot of the beautiful soul and become the performer that you signed up for. Next, please. Oh, this last page, I want to be very short. It is about AMDA. So AMDA is a school in New York and LA. We offer 2 years conservatory training in New York, and also 4 years and Bachelor of the Fine Arts, and also master degree in LA campus. We offer a very strong scholarship for students come around different country. We do have Ukrainian students every year come to LA and New York to study with us. So, we have our peanut butter program is musical theater. We also have the acting, musical theater, dance theater, vocal performance, and film and television. We also have the shortened 2-week summer program and the gap program for adults for the 8 weeks or 4 weeks. So I know here we don't want to talk too much about AMDA. If you have any questions after we finish the section, you can always go to Education USA and ask a question about AMDA. I think that's pretty much my section. I hope you guys enjoy and get kind of like a taste, the education, performing arts education in the United States. And I want to hear more if you have any questions.
Junnan, thank you so much for your awesome presentation. I believe future generations of actors and performing artists in different ways gonna watch it, and maybe it will be a start for their first push to pursue education at the United States at AMDA. and also pursue their career. Thank you so much for joining us today. We're open to the questions. Please write them through, at the chat. I have some questions which we gathered from our students who are very interested in your presentation in particular. So one question we have: how early should students start preparing for auditions?
Okay, so for example, let's do the case study. So if you want to apply for the 2027, well, right now we are 26 already. Okay, so 2027 fall semester. So normally the school will open their application portals probably 1 year's priority. So probably gonna be the September 2026. So that's a year you can start to put on your application and prepare for your audition. Usually in the United States, our application around for the performing arts is like either December 15 or January 15. So you have to follow their deadline. And we also have the unified audition here in New York for a collective university. They will throw central audition for students to come and audition for one time for more than 10 schools. But that's follow a different calendars. And so that's answer the question in general is 1 year's prior to your student start. But audition, you have to really think about, like, even for me, I would say 2 years ago before you actually start semester, because do research about, I'm gonna do music theater, right? From now until September this year, you have literally 9 months to rehearsal, and then practice until September, October, December. That's the time you actually gonna start recording or go to the in-person auditions. So that's a timeline looks like. But for AMDA, we have 3 semesters every year. So students can start to audition for AMDA in their junior year, which is the last second year of the high school. You can start to go to our in-person audition and then get the scholarship, get your offer done, and then go to your senior year. We allow senior students to re-audition in order to get their more higher scholarship. That's how AMDA works. But other school works very traditional, 1 year's prior the start.
Thank you so much. And you've already answered our next question: what happens if you fail during the first audition? So do you have another opportunity next year, or you can do this for the next semester? How it works?
For AMDA, if you failed this one-time audition, we don't suggest to students to jump on the next audition right away. Normally, we encourage students to wait another 6 months in order to do the second round of the audition, in kind of like to put something new in your craft. But for other university, I know if you failed for this 2027 fall intake, and then you have to wait another year to wait for 2028 fall semester. But AMDA here, we have a 3 semester, so it's a rolling admission. So you can literally wait another 6 months and apply for the next semester, which is probably a couple months later.
Thank you so much. The next question would be: what if song is in different language than English? I believe this question, I'm not sure, but I believe it mentions the one you were talking about, audition, about choosing a song. So the question is probably considered the different language other than English. What do you think about that?
Let me put it in this way. First, I share some experience about other universities. In general, universities in the United States do not accept any song singing in different language. No, because they particularly want the song under their website is in English and in different genre or different years of the production. So you have to sing in English. Given the training you are going to do the next 2 or 4 years will be in English, which is fine. But here at AMDA, because I travel probably 28, 38 different countries every year, when I was sitting in the country, if other students, after singing their English song, they tell me, hey, Junnan, I have a song from singing in different language, for example, Chinese. Can I sing? I won't say no. I will say, okay, please. But remember, even you singing in different language, you are all telling the story. So even though I don't understand your language, but I want to see whether you are telling the story. It's a sad, what kind of the story you are telling. Make sure you are also telling the story, then you can sing. But always communicate with your adjudicator or audition coach in the audition room. Well, AMDA, we allow them to sing, but definitely after the English piece.
Thank you so much. I believe our students are very satisfied with your response. And the next question we have: how intense is the academic workload alongside rehearsals, if there is any? And the next part of the question: how would the normal day look?
Oh my God, that's very interesting. Since I didn't go to other big university performing arts, also I didn't go to AMDA, by the way. I graduated from communication also, but I only want to share with you how AMDA a typical day looks like, because that's what I can get in the real experience. When students come to AMDA New York, their day probably gonna be, from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. They will spend the whole day in our building. By the way, in New York, we have more than 7 different teaching buildings from 54 up to 72nd Street, all on the Upper West Side and the Broadway theaters. So for example, students coming 8 a.m., they have first classes is acting through the song for 3 hours. That's long, right? Because here is a conservatory in AMDA, New York. It's a conservatory. It's all in the studio. So you will work with another 12 students in this 3 hours acting through the song. After 11, you will take 1 hour's break, probably from 12 to 2. You will have individual voice lessons with the voice teachers in the one voice room, where your director of this program signed you a song. You can work throughout the semester for that 2 hours, and then take a very quick lunch break. Times goes to 3. And then you will have dance, theater, jazz for another 2 hours. So you are literally non-stop doing the 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. You think that's the end? No. After 5 p.m., well, if you are really, really tired, you can just go back to your dormitory, your apartment to sleep. But remember, we coming as a cohort, it's a conservatory. So 18 or 15 students in the one cohort, you have to rehearsal with your scene partner. You have to rehearsal with your your singing partner. So you have to book your studio at AMDA from 6 to 7 to 8. So your rehearsal in the nighttime. It's really, really, really intensive. That's why we call it intensive conservatory training program. You literally do not have time to shopping on Fifth Avenue or go to Central Park. So you only probably gotta have like a weekend, sleep. And also this is for the first semester up to third semester. Here at AMDA on the fourth semester, which is the last semester at AMDA New York, we switch the schedule. You are not going to have the daytime schedule. All your classes will be in the nighttime. Why? Because we want you, the last semester students, go out to audition, because audition all happens in the daytime. So you go out and audition, and then come back nighttime, study with us, and then that kind of how it works. So it's very, very busy. This is conservatory training, but a BFA is a different story. BFA is like, 120 credits throughout the 4 years. You have to finish 30 credits each year. For each semester, it's like 18 credits. It's like probably 6 courses. So every day you have like 2 or 3 classes, maximum 3 classes, and then you are leave. So it's much more relaxed, compared to conservatory style, because conservatory is like so condensed. But that's what students want. We want to get training and then finish and then go out.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much for describing the day, how it looks like. I believe our students were very interested in that. And we have another question. I believe you mentioned it a little bit, but it was after your presentation. So maybe some student didn't quite catch that. So do you have a degree after graduating from AMDA? Do you need a degree to become an actor singer? Like, is it required?
Okay, let me just start with the industry of the concept. So in this industry, you do not need a degree in order to go out for the Broadway open call or audition. No, there is no degree requirement for the industry. And that's question number one. Number two, AMDA does offer a degree, but that's different on different campus. In New York, we only offer 2 years or 3 years conservatory style training. So after 2 years or 4 years or 3 years, students will get the conservatory certificate. If you want to get a degree from AMDA, the remaining 2 years or 1 years, you have to go to LA in order to get the bachelor degree from LA campus. Or you can stay in New York for another 1 year with our partner school, Fordham University. And in order to get 1 year from Fordham study, get the bachelor degree from Fordham University. So that's how AMDA's bachelor degree works. Or you can just go to LA for the entirety 4 years, get the bachelor degree from AMDA. So that's how the degree program location works for AMDA. But you don't have to get a degree in order to audition or work in the performing arts world in the United States. Students who intend to get a degree, I have to say, is from their parents. Investment in education definitely comes with, oh my God, you are not getting a degree. That's no, you have to. Which why we need the students to get a degree. Because also one day, if you don't want to perform, you really want to intend to come into another field of the industry, the degree will give you a ticket to knock the door. So, why not? That's why AMDA's 2+2. 2 years New York, 2 years LA. That's a perfect for students who want to enjoy probably the best entertainment in the center in the United States.
Thank you so much. The next question we have, what type of visa for conservatory? Is it different from F1? Do you get an I-20?
Oh, yes, the same. It's also F1. Students also, we issue I-20 for the conservatory. And there's also one benefit. I think I don't want to say it out loud, but here are AMDA students coming as F1 students, go to the interview, get an F1, I-20, come to here, AMDA, New York. And then when they finish 2 years of conservatory, they will get a 1 year's OPT out of this 2 years conservatory. And then if they want to go to New York, LA for another 2 years, after 2 years of the study in Los Angeles, they will get another year, 1 year of the OPT, because conservatory and the bachelor degree at AMDA, they are the different levels. So they are eligible for another 1 year of the OPT. But yes, they are SEVP approved, F1 granting, I-20 associate program.
Thank you so much for your response. And I think the next one will be our last question for today. What advice would you give to a student who, for me, it says in brackets, who doubt their talent but love performing?
First is, advice is like, go to workshop, go to audition, and work on your craft every single day. That if there's something that you like to do, you have to put the efforts to really make it happen. Sometimes if you want to become a lawyer, you will go to law school. People tend to think, oh, I'm an actor, but I don't have to go to the acting school. I can act like naturally. Oh, yes, you have a raw talent. But this industry also require very intensive training. So go to the places, if you don't think you go to the 4 years, 2 years, that's too long. And also you can go to your own country, your own city, find some workshop, find some community, build your mentors and to work on your craft. That's number one. Number two, know the obstacle. Not only in the United States, especially in some countries, for example, in my own country, they believe performing arts, become an actor, dancer, or whatever is not that, legitimate. It's like a pay is not that stable, which is true, but which is not true. But thinking about it, that one day you are wake up doing something like you like to do, go walk into the room, into the door with the peers who speak the same language, which is the performing language as you do. There's nothing more beautiful than the thing that you are going to do you like every single day. So hold your confidence and talk to yourself and engage with your community, and you will find the way. And let us to help you, right? And let Education USA and AMDA to help you to find the right routes for you maybe in the future.
Junnan, thank you so much for sharing and saying a motivational speech. I believe it will be very useful to a student who asked this question. And guys, thank you so much for joining us today at our live session. I believe I understand if you have many more questions, but unfortunately we ran out of time for today. If you have any questions to Junnan or about AMDA University, please feel free to connect with us, Education USA Ukraine, and we will gladly transfer your question or help you understand the information about AMDA University or performing arts in general. Junnan, thank you so much for joining us today. Junnan Liao with us today, Senior Associate Director of International Outreach at AMDA College of Performing Arts. Guys, I wish you a great evening for Ukraine and a great day for the USA. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.